Lagay mo lang dun, friend.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm here once again, your DJ Martin D. Bro, good evening to you. Narito ang inyong favorite DJ Martin D. Nagpapaalala na bawal ang walang love life tonight. You're listening to your favorite radio 11.94 live.
Kinana mo na naman.
Pasok ko nga muna, sir. Check. Teka lang.
Mr. Zoom Master, pwede bang mayroon tayong sounds man lang dyan? Yung aring king king king, aring king king, aring king king king.
897.
Copyright tayo, sir. Yung no copyright lang.
1292.
Ay, ganun ba?
O, pag dina-download sa YouTube, naka-copyright.
1292 tapos.
Ah, okay.
Itong mga lang, free background music. Kung okay lang sa'yo.
Oh, okay lang. Pwede bang pag kumanta ba ako, makaka-copyright siya?
Wala pakialam ba YouTube sa'yo? Ed bro,
Welcome, Doc Ed Berador.
Good evening.
Good evening po.
Pag may background.
Kaya kami background, may siya pa rin.
Kasi ka po legging tayo.
Oo. Ito kaya.
Ang hirap mag-set
Hello,
up.
can you pause the program please? Including the changes.
Pati ni Doc eh. Ay, naku, yung kamukha ko doon. Hi, Gerard! Gerard! Gerard!
Yung takang camera kasi lumawi.
May camera.
Ayan, no?
Ready ka na bukas?
Yes po.
Yay! Pati sa contest ha.
Tagal pa contest niya ni Gerard eh.
Tente, baka may revision na naman ako eh.
Okay lang yan.
For the better.
Yes.
The night before, nag-revise.
Yes.
Nagdrama lang.
Ang galing ni TM Gerard. Gerald Anderson.
Sana yung ring lang.
Na-revise na kaagad yung kanyang script. Galing.
Ang fresh.
PM Gerard, bakit hindi
We
ka
are rooting for you.
nag-doktor? Ano po? Bakit hindi ka nagtuloy sa doktor? Kasi
Doktor,
na-realize ko na hindi lang
Hindi
yun yung-
magandang pakinggan ang pangalan mo?
Hindi. Parang, yung initially gusto ko talaga, pero later on, na-realize ko na parang, nakakausap ko yung mga dati kong batchmate, na-realize ko na parang, ang daming restrictions. So parang yung ginagawa ko ngayon allows me to do whatever I want. Pag doctor kasi parang, lagi kang-
Toastmaster Gerald, I have to stop you. Nag-iba ang mukha ni Toastmaster Rosel.
bakit?
May ibang tao sa kanyang video.
Sino?
Hello, may nakikita mga puwet.
Ikaw kung sinong puwit yan.
Kaninong puwet yan?
Si John Ray.
Kay John Ray.
My God.
Oh.
Ang lago ng puwet.
Kung
Pero
naging
in
doktor,
fairness, ha?
kung naging doktor si
Katambo.
si Gerard. Sabihin, pakitawag nga si Doktor.
Doktor.
Di ba?
Good evening, TM Lelian.
Good evening, Doc
Ang
Ed.
ingay na nila, ang saya na nila, grabe.
TM Roy.
Hello.
Ang hirap pala nito may pailaw sa sa harapan. Wala akong makita sa screen.
Ano ni bago ka sa may pailaw?
Gosh. PM Lilian.
Hindi ko makita kung sino yung nasa screen.
Huwag kang gumamit ng incandescent. Gumamit ka ng fluorescent.
Fluorescent light.
Magandang gabi,
Yeah,
Doc
fluorescent or
Ed,
LED.
TM Roy, TM Rosel, TM Ferds,
Nagmumukha kang,
TM John Ray,
nagmumukha
TM
kang bagong
Marty,
lutong tipon.
TM Joel. Magandang gabi.
You look like Kwan. You look
Hello,
like
TM
Alimantan.
Joel. Good evening.
Nasa work pa yung TM Joel, malamang.
Hi guys, if I may suggest,
Yes
Toastmaster
po.
Marty and Toastmaster Ferds.
Good evening
Toastmaster Ed Berador and yours truly as Table Topics Evaluator para sa practice namin ng evaluation, please.
Tayo magti-table topics, DTM.
Oo, para mas maraming tayong ma-evaluate na tao and concentrate on the content.
Hi, Ditem Roy. Sinalang kita as table topics speaker para sa segment. Ayos lang yan. Ipapasa ko
Okay.
na kay Carlo yung nandito siya.
Ako din TM Ferds ha, no?
Oo. Sinabihan ko na si Kwan. Gerard.
Salang din kami.
Ibig sabihin, DTM Roel, kukunin mo yung slot ko as evaluator.
Yes, no problem.
No problem. Okay. Take it away.
Ikaw daw mag-GE, TM Marty.
And Toastmaster, ako mag-GE pa rin ako. And Toastmaster and
Mag-GE pa rin si
Editor,
DTM Roy.
please evaluate the table topics and concentrate on the content. Huwag sa mga kamay, sa facial, sa mga kuhan para maka-practice tayo.
Need ko din mag-practice evaluation eh. Kaya kinuha ko yung evaluation.
TM Ferds, anong mga program changes, sir? Bukod dun sa bago mong pinadala.
Okay, bro, Ferdinand. Sige, baguhin mo na ngayon na.
Mr.
Para-
Ferdinand Gueco, ano po
Wait
yung
lang.
pagbabago? Kaya Marty, maliwanag na maputi na ako sa screen.
Oo, pero merong parang salamin dyan sa noo mo.
Yeah. Ganyan talaga yan. Visit. Ganyan talaga yan. Wala nang pag-asa yan.
TM Lelian,
Please.
paki-center mo yung light mo sa mukha mo para walang shadow.
Kaya lang
pag-usapan
lalayo
ng
ako,
noo.
Dok. Pag lumayo ako, ganyan, kita pa rin.
Yes,
Oo,
kita
kasi
ka-
Hindi siya sentro ng mukha mo mismo.
Nakaside kasi siya eh.
Anuhin mo nga
Kaya
yung
hindi ko
ano,
makita yung screen.
yung ilaw, may
Oh.
tatlong option yan. Tingnan mo nga yung medyo maliwanag, yung isang maliwanag.
Ang alin, sir?
Yan, mas maliwanag pag nasa
Ayan, mas maliwanag na.
Yun. Kahit lumayo
Tatlo
ka
yan
po,
eh.
sir, maliwanag. Ayun, pwede
May
na.
puti,
Hindi na,
may medyo dilaw, tsaka dilaw na dilaw.
hindi na ako negra sa screen.
Kasi
Hindi ka manig personal.
Ano ba nangyari? Wait lang.
Ito na
Sa
kuya.
contest ba, TML yan?
Gusto niya na ba?
Ayos ng buhok mo o magpapagod ka?
Ano kaya?
Oo, hindi ako maglulugay. Baka ma-stress ako kakagano ng buhok ko.
Kain ka ng lugaw ba?
Ayaw pa sa akin.
Team Lilian, may technique ako sa'yo pagdating sa contest.
Apa.
Sanay ka bang mag one side ng buhok? Tapos parang iganon mo siya.
Hindi
Parang
ko pa
Kim-
na-try.
Parang
Para hindi
Bakit
mag-shine yung noo.
Para hindi masyado kita.
Iwa one side mo siya, tapos parang ibaba mo siya na ganon.
But you're looking.
Sige, sige. Itatry ko.
Yan, parang nakaganyan.
yan. Oo, yan.
Sige po. Itry ko,
Ganyan
itry
Team
ko.
Lilian ha.
Sige
Dito
po.
mo sa iba na, dito yung hati. tapos
Dito ko
banat
pa
sa likod.
ganon.
Yes, para hindi masyado mag-shine ng ating mga shiny
Mga
moment.
nakatagong kayaman.
True.
para natin yung airport mo.
Spray net mo ng konti para hindi bumaba.
Sige, sige po.
Tapos
Kahit
lipstick ka
na
ng
ang kapit
konti.
ng noo.
Yun lang.
Copy, sir.
Into the experts.
Kasi daya yan, TM Lilian, para medyo lumit ang mukha natin sa screen. One side ng pababa yung hair.
Ako, paano lilit yung
Yung
mukha
pala
ko?
mga sekreto. Yung pampahaba daw ng lieg, meron?
Oo nga.
Yung papahaba ng lieg,
Oo.
problema nyo na yun. Buhay ninyo yan.
Kumain ka ng maraming ostrich.
Hindi, ang technique naman sa papahaba ng lieg, naka V-neck ka sa loob ng suit.
Oo.
Naka V-neck ka sa loob. Kaso lang, naka-ano tayo eh, naka-formal tayo eh.
Kaya nga.
Kung medyo,
Kaya nga.
kung medyo casual ka, naka V-neck ka sa loob.
Kahit yung mawala yung chubby-chubby.
Ay, contour na yan, kapatid.
Wala na
Talagang
tayo
masarap na yan.
mag-shopping yan.
Tanggapin na kasi ang katotohanan.
Mag-aral na kayo ng makeup class ko para marunong kayo mag-contour.
Sakto.
Attend na tayo ng makeup class ni Doc Ed.
Kasi kung personal lang to na contest, naku, kinontour ko na kayo lahat para talagang sa stage kung gano'n kayo. Tawa.
Tawa si Roy.
Yung mga walang leeg dyan, magkakaleeg.
Yes.
Tiwala lang po.
Nag-focus sa lieg.
Tiwala lang po.
Wala lang.
Oo, tsaka konting dasal. Prayers lang po. Prayers.
Kasi paglalapit ka sa screen, sakop na lahat eh. Ang hirap ba? Inasakop lahat ng screen yung
I-confirm mo lang pero
Hindi yung mga nagsasalita. Kompleto na pa.
Yan, buharay yan.
Si TM Joel Aquino nandyan.
Loli, wala pa.
TM Mike nandyan na.
Ano pang kailangan nyo? Kaya
TM Mike. Si TM Martin nandyan na.
Tapos
Namin Jake, isa na yun.
Wala
Ay,
pa.
nagsisikahan, hindi na-commute.
Hindi nga. Pero gusto ko rin sabihin.
stress ako, tapos naka-order ako sa Zara ng bag. Naka-order ng bag?
May nagchichismisan.
Parang feeling ko kasi, mas playful ba? Pag luta. Hindi, na-order para na to.
Pinag-uusapan, kaputi.
Good evening, past President, Toastmaster Michael Benicarlo.
Magandang gabi.
Mr. Sumaster.
Good evening, everyone. In 8 minutes, we are going to start.
Yes, 8
you.
minutes will start. Okay, I'm getting ready.
Long time, no?
Pasok muna ako dito ah.
Mag-start na tayo in 8 minutes, Tia Marty. Wala pa tayong speaker.
Ay, ganon? Para magmadali sila.
Wala pa si Team NJ, wala pa si DTM James.
Masabon na naman ako eh. Kailangan daw, ako ang Sergeant at Arms. Kailangan on time. Okay, wait. Sino yung speaker natin? Si Team NJ at saka si ano. Wala pa nga.
Na-unmute yata tayo lahat.
Strict ang Zoom master, inimute niya lahat.
Wala ata ngayong pa-background music. Pakantahin na muna natin si ano.
Meron
si
kanina, kaya lang nawala.
Naka-copyright pag ina-upload sa YouTube. Yung background music.
Yun nga. Dapat ano na lang, original version na kanta ni TMRT.
Hello? Hala, wala si Madam. Ano ba ito si Madam?
MRT, kanta ka muna. Para may may nangyayaring kakaiba.
Kamustahin muna natin si TM Joel. Kamusta na si TM Joel? Parang busy-busy sa buhay.
Ay, PP Mike, habaan na lang yung joke session.
Sige, mga ilang oras.
Baka buong session niya matapos.
Hanggat dumating yung yung dalawang speaker.
Ikikwento ko.
Huwag niyong hamunin si TM Mike sa mga kwentuhan. My God.
I think we can
buong
start
session niya
na.
kulang pa.
We can start with the table topics muna habang wala pa si Roger Wenceslao.
Bakit? Nandiyan na siya.
Nandito na, kaya lang wala ang dalawang speaker.
Welcome,
Marilyn Jo
President
and
Michelle.
James Edward. So let's start with table topics para hindi tayo magkahol.
Yes, pwede. Tama. Start na muna. Pwede naman, di ba? Dati, sabi niyo po, DTM Roel, na pwede namang paliktad. Evaluation mo.
Pwede naman tayo mag-evaluate kahit wala pang ina-evaluate.
Oo, para style, di ba? Bagong style.
No, we can start with table topics na. Kasi nag-prepare tayo para sa contest eh.
Yes,
Ganda-ganda mo
correct.
talaga, John Ray. Oh, I like that. Parang, you have the same style like, who is that actress in Breakfast in Tiffany's?
Audrey Hepburn?
Yes, Audrey Hepburn.
Mm.
Yung kanyang kamay, ayan.
Parang siya yung nag-serve sa nung kumain sila sa sa restaurant.
Sino si Audrey Hepburn?
Yung kamag-anak ni Max Alvarado.
My God! Ay, oo nga, si TMR. Para siyang si Mona Lisa.
Na hindi nakatulog na isang linggo.
Siya yung Monay Lisa.
Kaya hindi tapos na eh.
Si Monay Lisa na kapatid ni Dua Lipa.
As President Marty, can we start?
Yes. Let's have table topics muna, please. Huwag tayo
Wait
mag-delay.
lang po, 2 minutes. Yung mga speaker and role player muna. Press, wait lang.
Table topics na muna daw. Table topic session na muna.
TM Mike, nasan si TM Barbie?
Nandito. Mag-log-in na siya. Sandali sabihan ko.
Okay.
Inis ko.
Si TM. Oo nga, ang kikinis nating lahat. Ako talagang parang bagong facial.
Bakit
bukas pa ako magpapa-facial para fresh talaga sa Friday.
Bakit parang panay pink ang suot nyo?
Ay, ako, ma-pink ako.
Ang John Ray naka-pink din. Why like that?
Mag-joke
Pink is the new masculine daw, sabi.
Yes.
Okay.
Lahat ng mga tunay na lalaki naka-pink.
Kaya pala
real men wear pink.
Master Alfred.
Si DTM Roy, may gusto niya ata ma-achieve yung camouflage. Yung chameleon style ba?
Sino?
Kasi si DTM Roel,
sobra ka.
o ba rin yung nga po yung yung suit niyo. Hindi na namin kayo mahanap. Wow.
Ay, dumidikit ka sa dingding.
Magpalit ako ng suot.
Hindi, okay na po yan. Mukha kang fresh pag nakasuit ka. Yan.
Yes. Mukha siyang damo eh. Mukha siyang damo.
Sobra ka. Seaweeds naman.
Nakakamiss na magkita in person, no? Totoo lang.
Kahit pala medyo galit ka sa isang tao, pag matagal mo rin hindi nakita, kahit nami-miss mo rin, di ba?
I'm heels wounds daw.
Kaya nga kahit galit ako kay Toastmaster Ferdinand ko.
Pero yung nagkautang sa akin, galit pa rin ako kahit na 10 taon di magkita. Hindi nakakalimutan, oy. Charing lang.
Ha?
Sino pa yung
Nawala si Toastmaster Joel Aquino.
Di ka namin maintindihan. Mahina boses mo, AD Ferg.
Si TM Rhea, wala pa.
Okay. Pero ano pa naman sila, di ba? Meeting leaders, tsaka mga magjo-joke pa naman tayo, mag-intro pa ng baka makahabol naman sila.
Sige, yala.
Si MRQ, SAA, go ahead.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I officially call this meeting to order. Welcome to Big Pariad Toastmasters Club, club number 8490, Area 5, Division N, and District 79. Our meeting agenda for tonight is 1166, and today is Tuesday, February 16, 2021. Our theme for tonight is very interesting. The title is Pursuit of Happiness, which will be elaborated by our Toastmaster of the evening tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, in order for us to have a quality meeting and to be confident to our online meetings, please take note this. Make eye contact with your camera. Think about your background. Test your technology. Stand, sit, or sit tall. Mute your microphone if necessary. Use your proper lightings and eliminate the noise. And also, in addition to that, please be reminded to avoid the 3 topics during our session. Number 1 is politics. Number 2 is sex, and number 3 is religion. So we are respecting our opinion. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our presiding officer. Our presiding officer is the 51st president of Big Pariad Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome Toastmaster Alfred Reyes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sergeant at Arms. And beforehand, I noticed the unique aura of our members, and I've seen that you are very enthusiastic in the forthcoming area contest, especially DTM Roy. Good evening, everyone. And please unmute and open your camera for this moment, and so that we can communicate each other. Welcome once again to PRTC's weekly virtual meeting, and thanks to our Vice President for Education for giving us exciting events. Last week, we have A Beautiful Mind. Today, our theme, as mentioned by our Sergeant at Arms, the pursuit to happiness. And our Vice President for Education is a movie lover. Siguro, maybe in the Philippines, he is a movie goer. All our teams tonight are derived from the movies. And thanks for that tireless effort, Mr. Vice President for Education. Tonight, we are fortunate to have with us, shall I say, dignitary, no other than Division A Director, Toastmaster and soon-to-be DTM, Toastmaster Rosel Sasson. Later on, we will be hearing from him. And thanks to our early bird, who are the Exicom members, and our guests from Mabuhay Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Gerard Doctor. A while ago, I've seen Toastmaster Joel Aquino, but apparently he had left maybe for some auditing work. Special thanks also to our former, what do you call this, birthday celebrant, our speaker for tonight, who will be properly introduced later on, Toastmaster Nerlin Joy. Thank you. And soon to be, we are waiting for DTM James Edward Taruk, our speaker. And we have, I saw one guest Chinita Sam. We would appreciate if you could rename your name later on so you will be properly addressed. And to make our meeting enthusiastic and as exciting as ever, please open your video so we will be aware of your existence, and join us in praising our performers for tonight by your valuable applause. And I encourage you all, especially our guests, to please feel at home, enjoy the PRTC's hospitality, and everyone, please make your attendance tonight meaningful and unforgettable, and of course, memorable. Please do participate in our table topic session. And for your information, friends, especially the guests, we had produced a lot of seasoned speakers from the table topic session, notable of which is our humorous champion. Please observe his, witness his performance on the area level contest. And with that, so much statement in pursuit to happiness tonight, to host our journey to a blissful meeting, let me introduce to you a new breed of seasoned Toastmaster. She will be one of the best bet to the area international speech competition. She is a proud mother and a wife of two bouncing boys and a loving gentleman, hailed from the region of beauty pageants in the Philippines. Our incumbent Vice President for Membership, no other than Toastmaster Lilian Beldad. How about a round of applause, please?
Thank you so much, Mr. President, for that very wonderful or nice introduction. Good evening, politicians.
Good evening.
Welcome to our meeting tonight. And before we start, please join me as we offer a short prayer. Dear Father God, thank you for another opportunity to experience something beautiful and wonderful to live in this world. Thank you for your mantle of protection from any form of danger, virus, and sickness. Thank you for all the blessings you've given us. Forgive us for being your stubborn sons and daughters. We pray for your guidance tonight, and please be the guiding light of every speaker tonight, that they will be able to deliver the speeches from their hearts. Amen.
Amen.
Please unmute yourself as we recite our Toastmaster motto. For better listening.
For
For
better
better
listening.
listening.
For better thinking.
For
For better
better
speaking.
For better speaking.
For better speaking.
All together now, we
We learn by
doing. Good evening once again. Did you enjoy your long walk to the fridge last February 14? Because I did. No date, no restaurant. I did enjoy the long walk going to the fridge last February 14. Before we start, we will have a short exercise. Can you please all open your microphone and video camera? Mr. Zoom Master, can we see all the participants, or all the participants and guests in one screen? Please unmute yourself and open your camera. Mr. Zoom Master, I will do it since I am also, oops, I lost it. IPP card. Wala. Let's make it. TM Ferds, I cannot make it in one screen. I want to see all in one screen. There you go. There you go. Please unmute and open your camera. Did you receive a gift last February 14?
Yes.
No.
Did not.
No.
I will be giving a gift tonight.
Oh, Prada.
Just enjoy and participate our exercise.
Hey, Prada.
Thank you.
My feedback.
Are you ready to win a Five Guys coupon?
Yes.
This one don't have any expiration, so you can use it even next year. If you can still keep it up to next year.
Wow.
Grabe naman.
Oh, grabe.
Okay, let's do it. The mechanics will be this way.
Okay.
You will make 3 funniest face in the camera. When I say go, you will do the first funniest face or the funny emotion or expression in the camera. And then when I say shift, you will move to another expression. And then the last one, when I say shift again, and you will move to another expression. Once I say go, you will hold it. When I say go, you will do the expression and hold it. Our judges will be our president or vice president for education and our Zoom master. Are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Are you ready?
So I'm ready also. But the twist is, while you're doing that funny expression, you will say the word wahaha. Wahaha. Are we clear?
Walang
Most
jowa.
you're
Parang
unmuted.
hindi na kailangan mag-effort ni DTM Roy.
Ang jowa.
Done. Ready? Ready? Our judges is ready?
Yes.
In my count. 3.
Jowa ba yung prize?
The prize will be 1 coupon from Five Guys
Gift cert from Five Guys.
or voucher. You are entitled to have 1 cheeseburger, 1 soda, and unlimited peanut.
Meron nagtatanong hindi nakakaintindi. Papa-explain po natin.
Again?
Meron po hindi nakakaintindi.
Ikaw yon?
Hindi. Nakakabata ka.
Okay na. Sir yan.
Sino yun?
Ako yun kasi.
Okay, we're taking too much time. Get ready.
Okay. Ready? In my count. 3, 2, 1, go!
Wah!
And skip! Wala nang sound. And last, skip! There you go. Thank you so much. I only hear one wahaha. I don't know from where or from who. The winner will be announced at the end of the meeting. Please unmute yourself. Did you enjoy the activity?
Yeah. Hirap magpawaki pag maganda ka masyado.
Mahirap sa amin.
Yeah, it's too difficult when you're too good looking. You cannot make this kind of funny face.
Okay, thank you so much.
Para lang to sa mga
You must be thinking why I asked you to do that. If you remember, the theme for tonight is pursuit of happiness.
Okay, I thought to sympathize to others.
At the beginning of the movie, if you watch the movie, at the beginning of the movie, Chris is mentioning that happiness should not be a choice. It should be a right of a person to be happy. That is why in the US, and I keep on admitting that We would like to acknowledge the presence of our Region 11 Advisor, Distinguished Toastmaster James Edward Taruk. The pursuit of happiness is defined is a fundamental right mentioned in the Declaration of Independence to freely pursue joy and live life in a way that makes you happy as long as you do not do anything illegal or violate the rights of others. For the benefit of our guests, if we do have, our meeting is divided into three. First is the prepared speech wherein the speaker is given an ample time and to prepare and study their speeches. Second is the table topics, which is known as the impromptu speech. And lastly is the evaluation session, wherein the speaker will be given inputs or advice on how to develop more in his or her speech or speaking ability. Moving forward, we would like to congratulate our meeting winners last week. Please hold your applause until I finish announcing all of them. For the best meeting leader, Toastmaster Harry Mark Tolentino. Best prepared speech, Toastmaster Gerard Docdor. Best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Carlo Rey Eseo. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Ferdinand Hueco. And best segment host, Distinguished Toastmaster Rogelio Wenceslao Jr. Please give them a warm round of applause.
Hey!
Thank you so much. We also have birthday celebrant on last February 12, Toastmaster Ernest Paul Season. February 13, our ever beautiful Jamila owner, Toastmaster Barbara Jane Benicarlo. And February 20, our beautiful speaker tonight, Toastmaster Nerilyn Joy de Una. Don't sing, please. Give them the most daring happy birthday greetings. And 1, 2, 3. How are you going to say a daring happy birthday if you're all unmuted?
Happy
birthday
to
you.
Please don't sing. I said say the
Daring.
most daring happy birthday for our birthday celebrant.
Maghuhubad nga sana eh.
No, no one is daring in this group.
Happy birthday.
Bigyan mukha kaming mga ano dito.
Thank you so much. At this juncture, I would like to ask our Vice President for Education for any program changes.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening. And yes, indeed, we do have some program change. The first one is the Zoom Master will be handled by, instead of Ferdinand Gueco, it will be handled by Toastmaster Carlo Rey Iseo. And for the speaker number 2, Toastmaster James Edward Taruk, the appropriate level project is level 5, project number 1, speech number 2. That's the one. Then I think that's it. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vice President for Education. I will not prolong your agony to experience the euphoria with our joke master tonight. Is none other than our contender in the upcoming Area 5 contest, Toastmaster Michael John Benicarlo.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Lilian. Yes, I would like to start by please advising you kindly open your video and also your microphone so that you could participate and also enjoy the joke tonight. Please kindly stop working, stop ironing your clothes, washing the dishes, or doing whatever you're doing now. Please kindly stop and focus on my joke. This is very informative and very timely for tonight. I would like to start with what I can say, a very happy and grateful joke, because our team is pursuit to happiness. So it's a journey that we are enjoying this happiness. What we are doing is enjoying the journey. what I can say is this COVID-19 that we are experiencing, we are still fortunate enough to experience it today or at this year 2019. Because if we experienced it probably 1980, could you imagine a COVID 1980? It will be very worse, dying from a pimple because you don't know how to cure or put medicine on your pimples. And also dying from hunger because you don't know how to cook rice because there's no rice cooker probably on that time, 1980. And if COVID-19 will be on the year 1990s, it's very difficult to communicate to others. If you're just at home, how could you communicate to others? It's difficult to answer always to your phone that is always ringing every time. But because you're the most popular guy, you will have 24 hours to be active on your phone because you need to answer all your friends. Because for me at that time, 1990s, I'm one of the, what I can say, heartthrob in our school. So all the girls, yes, all the girls will call me every day. So I think I could handle that stress. So I imagine that feeling on that year. If it's on 2020, COVID-19 2020, I believe also it will be difficult because that's the year that we can now text. But if we start to do the virtual school or distance learning, it will be difficult to send a letter to your teacher to ask one question and wait for 2 weeks to get the answer. So it will not work. So we are very fortunate to have this 2019. I'm not celebrating that I love 2019, COVID 2019, but I just, when I think about it, really, this year is the best year to have COVID. This 2019, 2020, 2021. Imagine without YouTube at that time, only you will watch is Dragon Ball, TV Patrol, or you will always watch Voltis 5. You will not survive. You will even probably die in boredom. You cannot play outside. You cannot go up the trees. You cannot play tumbang preso. You cannot hug your crush in the patintero. What do you call this? The line game. Very difficult. So nowadays, COVID-19 is, I believe it's, we have passed that time that it's very critical. Now we are thinking that we will survive the 2019 COVID because we have adapted to this situation already. And also, when I think about the COVID-19, I have I have talked to my mother. My mother is in Australia now. I asked her, what's the worst experience of 2019? She told me the worst is not having a contact with her boyfriend. Yes, it's. I feel sad for her that they have a long distance relationship. But I told her, you're still lucky that you did not get pregnant because of the long distance relationship. My mother now is she's young at heart. Now they have broken up because of this long distance relationship. Very difficult to have a long distance relationship at the age of 63. Very difficult. Also, my mother told me that she's now open for new opportunities or she's now available again. Probably I will try to endorse her. What I can say, share her profile. She's available and she's very happy to mingle to everybody. I want her also to join Toastmaster. Actually, my mother. because she keeps on calling me every day. She keeps on sending me inspiring messages. And also, my mother is been in Australia for 1 year now, which is which I think my sister now is irritated with her. But I'm still thankful that she stayed in Australia. If she did not stay in Australia, she probably will be having a lot of problems in the Philippines because, or probably she will have a lot of problem with her boyfriend. So, so we are thankful that COVID-19 did not let her to go back in the Philippines. Now she is still staying in Australia and she's enjoying her cooking business. My mother now becomes a cook, and she loves sharing her recipes to me. So I have tried also to cook, which is probably my wife is enjoying every day that I'm trying to cook for her. My best my best recipe is calderetang menudo with curry. This is very tasty. If I could share it to you next time when we will have a party or get together, when you have when it's finished the quarantine period again. And also, to go back to our topic, to the pursuit to happiness, I believe that what our Toastmaster said, that pursuit to happiness is a right. Yes, even single people have the right to be happy and to find the love of their life. So always fight and do the pursuing, even though they are running away from you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mike, for sharing your Menudo Caldereta recipe. As I mentioned earlier, the second part of this meeting is the evaluation. And to introduce his team of evaluators and meeting leaders, we would like to call on my handsome and dashing mentor, none other than our General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Ruel Ontiveros.
Thank you very much to that equally gorgeous and pretty Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Lilian Beldad. We have the same positive aura today. Both of us are shining, shimmering, splendid. And of course, tonight I am your general evaluator and been observing already our meeting for tonight. We have started a little bit late, so we have to move fast. I have two sets of evaluators for tonight. Two will be evaluating the prepared speech, and two will be evaluating the table topics speakers later. However, I also have the no, my t-shirt now is violet. Last night was blue. And now is we welcome the meeting leaders who will give their tasks, and we only have one program change actually, which is the Zoom master. I'll call him ahead so that he can explain why we need the Zoom master tonight. Toastmaster Carlo Reyes, say your please. Toastmaster Carlo.
Yes, good evening, Mr. General Evaluator. Tonight, I will be your grammarian, and my task.
You are not grammarian, you are Zoom master.
Okay. Tonight, I will be your Zoom master, and my task is to actually regulate and control the overall meeting via the Zoom platform. I shall also be launching the polls later on as requested and as instructed by the segment host of that particular session. And also, I shall also be tasked I am also tasked to mute, unmute, and spotlight each and every speakers. That will be all. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Carlo Reyeseo, our best evaluator last time. And now we welcome also the all coming from Dubai, our grammarian and word master with the beautiful word euphoria. Let's welcome Toastmaster Rhea May San Pedro.
Good evening,
Toastmaster,
everyone. Thank you, DTM Roy. So I am your grammarian for this evening. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is euphoria, which means extreme feeling of happiness or confidence. So
amen.
as an example of using that, our word for the day is we were caught up in the euphoria of the moment. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the grammarian's report at the end of the meeting and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you very much, and back to you, DTM Roy.
Yes, thank you very much, Toastmaster Rhea. Just a new Toastmaster, and she's already making big hits in the world of Toastmaster. Next in line, wonderful task for tonight, face counter, meaning something new in the world of online meeting. Let's put our hands together and let's welcome Toastmaster John Ray Tabuhara, our counter, as well as face, touching face counter. Hit it up.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the app counter is to note words and sounds that are used as scratch or pause trigger by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds including and I will also note when speaker repeats a word or phrase such I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. And just to give you a little bit of that face counter, actually, it's not counting how many faces you have. I'm very sure some of you have two faces and double faces, but face counter is how many times you are doing unnecessary touching of your face, of your hair, of your outfit, or anything that may attract attention other than you as a speaker. Next in line, let's set the timer and let's see what is his obligation as a timer. Toastmaster Alfred, please.
I thought it's the Toastmaster Ramil.
Oh, now it's Toastmaster Ramil.
Anyway, I will be your timer for tonight, and it's my duty to record your time. At the end of the meeting, I shall report your time spent. For speakers, you are allotted 5 to 7 minutes. For table topics, you are allotted 2 minutes. Evaluators, 3 minutes. Meeting leaders, 3 minutes. And that's it. Back to you, DTM Roy.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Alfred, our timer. And finally, our vote counter. Why do we need a vote counter? Please explain your role, Toastmaster Ferdinand Gueco.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. Tonight, we're going to vote for the best speaker in each segment of our meeting, namely the best meeting leader, the best prepared speech, the best table topics speaker, and the evaluation session. Moreover, we are also going to vote for the best segment host. As such, I shall collect the ballots and I shall present the poll in every meeting and tabulate. Furthermore, I should be voting only to break a tie. At the end of the meeting, when called upon by the by the presiding officer, I shall declare the result. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ferdinand Greco. And now to give you my proactive evaluation, I advise everyone, please mute yourself if you are not tasked to speak. However, I encourage each and every one of you to please open your video so that the speaker will see how you are reacting in his or her speech. Also, I suggest not to keep moving from anywhere you are because it also attracts attention. Please, no sounds, especially when you are having someone on the next door. Please be careful. And finally, I wish everyone to please enjoy this meeting in pursuit of our happiness. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster, Madam Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, DTM Roy. Are you ready to witness how euphoria our speakers tonight? If yes, let's move on to our first speaker. But before that, let me call on her evaluator, none other than our Division A Director, Toastmaster Rosel Sason.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and to our guests, and to my target speaker. Welcome, Toastmaster Nerylin Joy. Are you ready, Toastmaster Nerylin Joy? The purpose of your speech is for you to learn or review the basic in research methods and presenting it well organized, well researched on any speech or any topic. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster, Miss Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, DAD Rosel. Our first speaker is...
The time allotted, please.
Time allotted. Sir.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. The time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes, means that at 5 minutes, green card or green yellow, or the green color will flash by our timer, yellow for the 6 minutes and 7 for the red color for the 7 minutes. Back to you.
Excuse me, DTM Roy, Mr. General Evaluator. Toastmaster Rolly is now present, and can he do the honors of timing?
Yes, Toastmaster Rolly Viloria is now our assigned timer. Thank you very
I have
much.
been present since the start. You have not yet seen me. Okay, I'll take the charge. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rolly Viloria.
To my speaker, Toastmaster Nerylin Joy, kahit wala nang like, you are the one sharing your screen.
No, it's Toastmaster first.
First. Okay. Before you do your speech, I will just come over to first. 1 minute.
How many minutes, Mr. Evaluator?
5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you.
Toastmaster NJ, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Rosel Sason. You did my job.
You will flash the screen for me for the timing, right?
Can I introduce first our speaker tonight? Our first speaker with the speech title, Vocal Variety, Fake It Till You Make It. Level 1, project number 3, Research and Presenting. Her pathways is Innovative Planning. Our first speaker, Toastmaster Nerylin Joy Diuna.
Thank you so much. Without further ado, good evening to all Toastmasters and to our distinguished guests. Thank you very much to Toastmaster Lilian for that wonderful introduction, and to my evaluator. So as I continue our meeting for this evening, I will be having my speech number 3 under level 1 of pathway. So I will be discussing vocal variety, which is very important for most of us who's especially those who's going to going for the area contest this coming Friday. So good luck to everybody. So this is actually part of presenting to you on how you can improve yourself when delivering a speech. I hope I'm clear to everybody. So as I continue my yes, thank you very much, Toastmaster. First, vocal variety. What does it mean? It's just one of the 9 key components of effective speaking, but it is often ignored or misunderstood. In this series of posts, I'd like to look at this important topic in greater details and show you how you can improve your impact and engagement by learning how to harness the full power of your voice. So this is actually for everybody. This is a quote that I had, that a carefully crafted speech can be ruined by a dull vocal delivery. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go for a speech, but also when you are conducting a meeting. So this is very important for most of us on how you can draw your speakers. So let's now continue with our third slide. Several elements, including the 6 elements that we can have for improving our vocal variety. Let's go for the volume, which is the loudness of your voice. Most of us, we're not aware that either we are very quiet or timid, or most of us, we are having a loud voice, which does not necessarily mean that we have to shout for everybody to hear us. It has to be like not to be monotonous, but we can have it like conduct the speech with a greater impact. The second is the pitch, the rise and the fall. Most of us, we are trying to make it like, we are going to have this one. We are not, we are Filipinos. We're not competing for an, sorry if we have Indian competitors here, but we are competing as a Filipino. So we are known for our vocal variety expertise. So let's go for the phase or the rate of your vocal variety, that it doesn't have to be fast. You can make it like slower, or you can do it, depends on where you're going to conduct the speech itself, or what are you going to present to everybody. Then let's go for the resonance of the timbre. This is the pause or the silence. This is where you're going to stop. That when there's a period in that point, you have to stop from there. If there's an exclamation point, you express that word in a proper manner. If it is a question mark, give it as a question mark. Now let's go for the resonance or the timbre. That is actually the hoarseness of your voice, or actually the how you deliver it in a way. And then the lastly is the intonation. I have problem actually with speaking some of the words because ST for me is quite difficult. Most of you are listening to me right now. Maybe you are seeing me like I don't have any problem. Now I'm giving you an example on how 2 examples actually. For example, you are a DJ, okay, DJ in a radio station. Of course, you're not going to say it in a very mild or calm manner. So you have to draw the attention of your listeners. So, and you just heard the current single of Bruno Mars. We will take a minute, stay tuned for the latest sound from the hot mama herself, JLo. This is your resident DJ TMNJ in the house, and you're listening to 106.9 PRTC channel. So this is how you deliver to execute actually the proper manner of doing it as a DJ. Now, for example, you are a flight attendant and you are destined to go to, assigned to go for a pre-flight announcement. Of course, you cannot shout. You have to do it in a calm manner. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board Flight 854 Philippine Airlines. With service from Riyadh to Manila, we are currently third in line for takeoff and are expected to be in the air in approximately 7 minutes' time. We ask that you please fasten your seatbelts at this time and secure all baggage underneath your seat or in the overhead compartments. We also ask that your seats and tables are in the upright position for takeoff. Please turn off all personal electronic devices, including laptops and cell phones. Smoking is prohibited for the duration of the flight. Thank you for choosing Philippine Airlines. Enjoy your flight and mabuhay. Of course, you have to do it that way. Now let's go for the fourth slide. Common speaking volume error. Speaking too quietly. When you are in a people listening to you, of course you don't have to shout. But when you are in a stage or people, you don't have to use a microphone. you have to modulate your voice, either to make it loud or to make it in a proper manner that everybody can hear you. Like, for example, speaking too loudly, too much, that everybody is not giving attention to your speech, but instead they're looking or listening to how you execute your words. Then the lastly, speaking at a constant volume, monotonous, and everybody knows about this matter. Then lastly is allowing your volume to drop off of the end of each sentence, which is very common for us, not even if you're a pro.
Green color.
Now let's go for the how to develop your vocal variety in the area. The human voice is capable of producing a broad range of intensity from a faint whisper to an ear-splitting scream, but most people only use it as a small part of range. Tip for reluctant presenters: if you do not feel as if you are unnaturally loud, then you are almost certainly speaking too loudly. Now let's go for the tips for softly spoken speakers like Toastmaster Barbara. She's a soft spoken speaker, but a very good one. Give yourself permission to speak louder. Learn to speak from your diaphragm, because most of the speakers, we are those, especially those who are not pro, we are trying to speak like the human voice is capable of producing. Try to have some proper intonation, that one, and take it from.
Yellow color.
Consider engaging a voice coach or singing teacher. I'm not a singing teacher for sure. Let's consult DTM Rogie and DTM Sean on that matter. So as I quote for this one, you may find it helpful to remember that your voice is powered by a column of air, and that the deeper you breathe, the longer that column of air, and the better you will be able to project when you breathe out. Tips for overly loud speakers: a good speech needs light and shade as well. So to wrap up my presentation, the last slide, please. The human voice is the most perfect instrument of all. So use these skills that we have. That's why we are joining Toastmasters, for us to improve our public speaking manner. So if you can do this, then you don't have to be expressing everybody that I am a Toastmaster, but all you have to do is just show them that I am a Toastmaster by nature. So thank you very much, and back to you, our Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, TMNJ. That's a very good tip for all of us. Oh, actually, not just the contender for the upcoming area contest, but of course to all PRTcians or Toastmaster and our aspiring Toastmaster or public speaker. Our next speaker is one of our dignitaries. But before that, let me call on his evaluator, one of the pillars of PRTC, and I consider him, as always, the king mentor of PRTC, none other than distinguished Toastmaster Rogelio Wenceslao Jr.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the evening. Our speaker for tonight will have the following purpose statements. The purpose of the project is for the member to apply his leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. The purpose of the second speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her experience. The member will be delivering an engaging speech about the project he completed. It may be humorous, informational, or presented in any style that the member chooses. The style should be appropriate for the content of the speech. And the speech should not be a report on the content of the high-performance leadership project, but a presentation about the member's plan, goals, and experience completing a project of his choosing. The time is from 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Rochi. With speech title, PRTC at 25, a silver to remember, Level 5, project number 1, high performance leadership. With his pathways innovative planning, one of the pillars of PRTC, our respective Region 11 advisor, distinguished Toastmaster, James Edward Taru.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the evening. Fellow Toastmasters, dignitaries, and guests, good evening. There are few clubs in the history of the 679 which have met the milestone duration of 25 years. And one of that club that have achieved a great milestone in the history of Toastmasters in Saudi Arabia is our very own Pikpariyad Toastmasters Club. Last December 18, 2020, we had our 25th anniversary. And as you can vividly see in the picture or the image that is flashed in your screen, it was well attended by most of our members. Today, I'm going to present to you what has been done in this event and what are the probably lessons that I've learned from taking this journey forward. Now, some of you are wondering what is this high performance leadership project? It is one of the requirements of completing a path. I'm taking the path of innovative planning, and this is one of the prerequisites for me to complete level number 5. Now, by high performance leadership project is serving as the event chair of PRTC's 25th anniversary program. Now, serving as an event chair, you are required to work with different committee chairs and of course liaise and coordinate with the members about what they're going to expect this anniversary. I'm happy that this task is not shouldered alone by one person. I am happy that this task was shared with different members of the club. Some of them are distinguished as masters, some of them are really experienced. I'm thankful because we have the sponsorship chair, DTM Sean, who provided most of the financial support. We have the auxiliary services chair presented by our president, past president Toastmaster Michael, providing all those essential requirements. We have also our finance and registration chair. I'm happy to note that we are break even. The club doesn't have to pay extra because we were able to meet all the uh, financial requirements to accomplish this project. We also have marketing reception chair, the person who welcomed and smiled at you when you came at that venue. We also have our award and recognition chair for those achievers, also helping in the logistics venue and food. If maybe you have enjoyed the sumptuous food, it is courtesy of Toastmaster Foods. The souvenir magazine in all glossy form, content wise, it is done. It is the uh, labor of love of Toastmaster Carlo. Then we have documentation. I think you are enjoying the pictures and video that is courtesy of our documentation chair, Toastmaster Rosel. And of course, the program was run by our very own program director, Toastmaster Ed Berador. Again, high performance leadership project is about working with different committee chairs, working with different individuals. And as you can see, each of them have their own personalities. Each of them have their own work attitude. And I'm happy that we were able to pull through this event together. Now, for those who are not able to attend the anniversary, what are the highlights of the event? We had 5 production numbers, and for the first time, it was I have seen members who came in a different version of themselves. It is a night of revelation. Some of them actually sang, danced till to the way that we are not seeing them. So it was actually a something that we didn't see in our club for the past years. We also have the greatest 25 PRTCs honoring the 25 members of our club. And of course, we have the Toastmaster of the Year 2020. Now, what are the challenges that I have faced as serving as committee chair? Now, first and major concern is the technical arrangements. We have issues with the Wi-Fi, and this connection actually affected the overall programming both in person and online. We also have some difficulties in Zooming because of the uncoordinated technical devices. We also have problem with the projector that keeps on falling down. Apart from the technical arrangement, we also have issues on the time management. We started an hour late, and probably we didn't follow the agenda as printed. We also have, I have issues personally as chair during coordination during the event, because you can see I was manning the control, and I was running from time to time, checking the things. And personally, I have problem with juggling priorities, because I have a lot of tasks before and even after the event. Now, how did how what are my preferred, or what are my recommended solutions to these issues that I face? First, we could have visualized or conducted simulation, like a dry run on what to expect during the event. We can also have a rehearsal so that we can stick on the agenda. And then assign more team players rather than me running and controlling the entire segment, or several segments of the event. And of course, for me to compartmentalize meaning that I could have set specific time for other priorities. Now, the best quotation that could describe what I've gone through doing this project is that I always believe that it is a power of teamwork. And in this event, I have seen people who have given their best to make sure that we will come up with the most memorable 25th anniversary for our club. For me, it is the ability to direct individual accomplishments toward organizational objectives. And our objective was to give fun, to give the best anniversary event for all the members. I have learned to go with the flow. You don't need to be idealist. You don't need to be perfectionist. Just go with the flow. And I have a lot to thank, but the most important thing is to thank all the members who made this event possible. Thank you, and back to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, DTM James, for reminding us how wonderful our silver anniversary is. Okay, everybody, can you please turn on your camera again? Thank you so much. Don't turn it off, because our next segment will be our table topics. So the table topic master will recognize all your faces, and he can easily choose who will be his next prey to be the table topic speaker. Our table topics master tonight is our guest from other club. He is the current Mabuhay Toastmaster Club Secretary and also a contender for their upcoming area contest, international contest, none other than Toastmaster Gerard Docdor.
Can we have a point of order, please? Point of order, please. Can we ask if the two speakers are qualified to be voted upon as best speaker? Mr. Timer?
For the Toastmaster Nerilyn Leona, she is qualified. She has met the time criteria. And I'm sorry, DTM James, he exceeded the time. So only one qualified for the voting.
Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. Now we can proceed with the table topics master.
Right. So thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Lilian. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening and welcome to yet another challenging but exciting part of the Toastmaster meeting. For the benefit of our guests, let me inform you that this segment is called the Table Topics. It is a segment wherein our speakers will be delivering an impromptu speech. And as your task, I will be asking them to choose from 1 to 10. And with those numbers are corresponding quotes, phrases, or saying that they will have to expound. So tonight's theme is called The Pursuit of Happiness, it is a movie whose story is about a son and a father whose central message revolves around persistence and um, persistence. So with that, I selected inspire, but also to motivate, especially for the upcoming competition. So furthermore, I would like to note our timer, Toastmaster Rolando. The table topic speech will only have 1 to 2 minutes, wherein the green light goes up at 1 minute, amber goes up at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and red light goes up at 2 minutes. So all the speakers will have 30 seconds grace period after the red signal goes up. So let the table topic begins. Do we have any volunteers? I think we have two representatives for the upcoming competitions, right? Is there someone who wants to go first?
Yes.
If none, then I'll be the one to choose. Okay, so I think I have first Toastmaster Michael.
Yes.
Please first check your audio and video. Are you good? Please give thumbs up if you are okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Good evening. Clear?
Yeah, so
Okay.
please choose from 1 to 10.
1.
Number 1. Okay, so contestant number 1, Toastmaster Michael, your phrase comes from the movie Rush, and it says, "A wise man can learn from his enemies than a fool from his friends." I repeat, a wise man can learn from his enemies than a fool from his friends. Toastmaster Michael, contestant number 1.
Yes. Thank you very much for that conflicting question. But for me, I don't have that much enemies. I consider everybody as my friend because I always forgive easily, and I don't have much of an issue with everybody because I considered each and everyone's opinion as their own opinion, and it doesn't affect me. Example, from a young age, I'm always with my father. So my father is a patient man. So he have a lot of friends. Whatever he do, he always do it with a kind heart. He always will start with conversation with a lot of people, like because he drive a jeepney before, so he's with the masses. He always talk to them, and I could observe that he talked to them with understanding and with sincerity. Whatever the topic or whatever the situation, he always finds a positive thing to learn or to share to others. And after he died, I was thinking that he is sometimes too passive. But now, after 5 years or 6 years after he have died, I realized that if we put if we put aside our differences, or we don't put ourselves in that topic, or we don't immerse ourselves too much in that situation, we would easily understand that anything any topic, any situation, we would always find a grain of positivity, a small positivity in whatever situation we encounter. So I believe that we don't have any enemies. We have only different opinions or different perspective. So in every situation, you could always have a learning experience. You could always learn from every person that you get in contact with. If you just give yourself that open mind and that calmness without putting too much emotions in any person that you met. So that's all, and back to you, our table topic master. Hello.
Thank you for that wonderful explanation, Toastmaster Michael. I indeed, your father imparted a very good lesson, which is to always look on the positive things. All right, so let's move on now with our next contestant. Do we have any volunteer? All right, so Toastmaster DTM Ruel is raising his hand. So can you please unmute your mic, please? And please choose from 1 to 10.
Yes, hello.
Yes, DTM Roy.
2.
Number 2. All right, so
Number 2.
Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Ruel Ontiveros. Your phrase comes from the movie Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. The phrase is, do or do not. There is no try. I repeat, do or do not. There is no try. Toastmaster Ruel Ontiveros, contestant number 2.
Do or do not. There is no try. That has always been what life is giving us. Because in life, there is no practice. It's either you do it or you do not do it. My fellow Toastmasters, guests, good evening. When we came to Toastmaster, we have given the chance to really explore different ideas, go with different people, think of what they are giving us, and think about what we can give them. And when we deliver our speeches, we practice because we know that we are giving our best to inspire or encourage other people. But now this is the time for us to practice in the upcoming contest. It's either we do or we do not. We cannot just say that when we are doing things now that we will say, yes, I'll try, but it's not. You are going to be doing a notch higher than what you are supposed to be doing. You are going to be performing a level that is not the normal you. Just like what we are doing now here. All of us are expected to be giving our best, to be showing to all other Toastmasters that we are worthy to be called a PRTcian. We do or we do not. In the next, further new ideas in explaining what we have in our minds. We're going to be tickling their bones, what we have not done before. We're going to be inspiring them better than what we have done before. And we are going to be exploring evaluation and table topics more than what we have done before. Because it's either we do or we do not. Because we do not try. We perform. We will expound. We will do the best. Because we are PRTcians, and we are going to show them that indeed we do and we do not try. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster Ruel. Indeed, in life, there is no practice, just like in table topics. Anyways, let's proceed with the next contestant. I think we have Toastmaster Edward Berador. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, I am ready.
All right, so can you please choose from number 3 to 10?
I would choose number 10.
Number 10. All right. So contestant number 3, Toastmaster Edward Berador. Your phrase comes from the movie The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. The phrase is, all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. I repeat, all we have to do is all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Edward Berador.
Have you really done your best? Have you really performed well? Life is like a stage. You know, when you enter, you're already in the spotlight. Because when you exit, you're done. You really have to maximize that time that was given to you. When I encountered COVID, it was very painful. And I realized, I think I have not lived so well and I have not yet maximized the time given to me. I thought that at that time, I fell short of my time with my family, my time with my friends. There are a lot of dreams that I have not yet done. I mean, there are a lot of action items that I have not yet done. And I realized that my life was really good enough, but it is not at par with, I think, God's will. At that time, I had a different interpretation. I felt that I was not doing the best to the maths level. Fellow Toastmasters, we all fall into times that we feel short of what we do. Our lives is not always on the top. So while you are happy right now, maximize the memories, maximize the capability of being productive. Because when you're done, you're done. Can never return the hands of time. And fellow Toastmasters, I have realized that nobody in this world can return to who he would like to be if he had wasted the time. Let us maximize our time, our pursuit to happiness, so that in time, we have no regret. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you for that wonderful speech, Toastmaster Edward Berador. Indeed, we cannot return the hands of time, so we have to maximize it. So let's move on to another brave soul. Can we have a volunteer from our guests? If there will be none, I will be calling one of our guests. Is guest Jess available? Who else?
Yes.
Ah, yes. All right. So can you please choose from numbers 1 to 10 except 1, 2, and 10?
9.
Number 9. All right. So contestant number 4, guest Jess. Your phrase comes from the movie Gladiator. The phrase is, you've got this. You face are those you were already built to handle. I repeat, you've got this. Most of the time, the challenges you face are those you are already built to handle. Those guest Jess, contestant number 4.
Okay, most of the time. I'm sorry, can you repeat it again? Most of the
Most
time.
of the time, the challenges you face are those you are already built to handle. Most of the time, the challenges you face are those you are already built to handle.
Most of the time, the challenges you build or you are ready to handle. Okay, yeah. So, well, for that specific quote, or I mean sentence, yes, I do believe with that quote, and then I actually experiencing that right now. Okay, in this chaos, COVID-19, no one is exempted. Okay, and then no one is prepared about this tragedy. But I do believe that anything happens for a reason. Um, any challenges in life, problems, issues, trials, big mountains, there's always a reason. It's either it's there for you to be um, to strengthen your faith, to challenge your to challenge your dream if you're going to still continue your dream about your dream in life, because actually in life it's a default, there's a lot of challenges, but the thing is that how how strong is your will about your dreams, and then it's particularly your inspiration, where you're getting where I mean where are you getting your strength about it. And then yep, and then yes, and I do believe that it happens, it always happens for a reason, and then just keep going going, and never lose hope. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you for that, guest Jess. Indeed, you just keep going. And I agree that we just have to strengthen our faith, because challenges are indeed so let's move on to our fifth participant. Do we have any volunteer? Can we have um, Joel? Guest Toastmaster or guest Joel? Yes.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Please choose from numbers 1 to 10, except 1, 2, 9, and 10.
5.
Number 5. All right. So, contestant number 5.